change the road. Yeah. Sing gently with feeling, speeding round the corner, blinding light. Patrol deep, can't sleep at night. Taxi man a race like a video game. But when the crash come, who take the blame? Who take the blame? Reckless moves, no seatbelt tight. Red light run like it's alright. Children walking but no sidewalk there.
I want to say welcome to the learning journey. I want to share content with you on artificial intelligence, and some people might not be watching that. My advice to you is do so. But I will also show history and of course critical issues that affect us all. So I want to talk about reckless driving, I want to talk about indiscipline in our society and how these are connected. Now, let me tell you, Jamaica has a low level of tolerance for certain things, right? And we know that. Now, when it comes on to driving in Jamaica, that's another story. A level of indiscipline resides in Jamaica that is beyond me. I can't understand. And as a result of that, we can see the crisis on the roads. Small ones, big ones, they're all losing their lives. But what is it? But let us get down to some of the elements affecting Jamaica and the road. Now, I did a lot of driving in Jamaica, and to be honest, I was amazed. I caught some stuff on my Ray-Ban glasses and of course other devices. Now, people tend to speed. They don't care about the speed, especially on the highway and in rural areas. They have no level of understanding that, listen, a car going at a certain speed will require a certain distance to stop. It seemed to me that they have forgotten that, or they have no knowledge. Honestly, I'm actually amazed, ignoring traffic signs and signals, even running red lights. That seemed to be a common assault in Jamaica. Now, I want them to really implement some stop signs and stop lights that when you run them, there's a camera and it just sends you that ticket back home. You pay it. And of course, we have to collect those, of course, payments. Now, the road conditions. Sometimes it's bad and sometimes it's good. Many roads are narrow. Sometimes they're poorly lit and there's a lack of proper signage and lane marking. Imagine I'm coming into a section that I'm turning to go right, and that has a space for me to turn, and the vehicle coming along decides to overtake another vehicle coming my way. Luckily, I had to pull in. There are also potholes, uneven surfaces and erosion, especially during the rain season, and that increases the risk. But let us not forget that we have pedestrian areas that people walk, and it's very dangerous for pedestrians. I've heard about so many truck accidents killing pedestrians, even when the pedestrians are practically on, the sidewalk. You know, I heard of a case. There was an accident. The boy was driving actually in a residential area at 80 kilometers per hour. When he reported that to the police said, you know what, I should have taken away your license. This is what's happening in our society. Now, we need our police individuals to be present, but not just to be present, to actually enforce the law. I've seen where individuals have broken the law right in front of a policeman in a vehicle, and of course they ignore it. We have to have zero tolerance on the road. It means any infringement, it's punished by a fine, of course. If penalties are weak or inconsistent in enforcing traffic laws, what will happen? Individuals would not comply. A lot of individuals sometimes are tired. I heard about an accident the other day. Some individuals went to Hanover. They were coming back up, and of course, what happened? I don't really know. I wasn't in that vehicle. But it's possible that someone was tired and he was driving. Many drivers operate vehicles in Jamaica tired, under stress, and under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Just imagine, you're in a passenger car, you're traveling with the people, and you see the driver going fast and you don't like it. You know, tell him, when I was in a college, at Bethlehem Teachers College, I was coming down from, of course, Malvern to Montego Bay, and I took a taxi, and he was speeding, and I was in the mid part of my journey when I said, driver, stop. He said, you're coming off here? I said, I'm coming off right here because you're not going to be driving me like that. I was young, but guess what? I don't take risk. And everyone was in the car said to me, sir, it's good that you spoke up. Don't sit down and let anyone take your life for granted. Speak up. If you don't like the driving, talk about it. Tell them to stop, let you off. It's better to come off right there than to go down the road and, of course, be picked up by, of course, Delapen or one of these other funeral homes. Now, I think there needs to be education regarding road safety. The lack of consistent public education campaign on road safety is an issue too. And of course, it must start in early childhood education, because these are the drivers coming up. They are playing the video games and they think the game can restart. No, when you meet an accident, that's where it ends. Sometimes it ends in, of course, casualty. Individuals will go beyond that point. So we have to understand that road safety begins in early childhood education at all levels, and of course in high school. We need to have that sort of training, and I think I heard something coming along that line. Now, many drivers, they buy the license in Jamaica. Let's get real. Because sometimes they go and they drive good, they still don't get it. Yes. And if you ask in Jamaica how many people really drove for their license, you might be surprised. Don't ask me any questions about that because I'm keeping it real. No, so we have to really think about public education. Let us talk about pedestrians and cyclists. They are, of course, problematic. In some cases when they're not applying the road code. In other cases, they are, of course, victims because of careless drivers. And there's an attitude of people towards not having the patience and courtesy on the road. Risky behavior is now normalized, and you can pass it down from generation to generation, especially the young people who are watching these drivers, these careless drivers who think they can play with people's lives. The condition of the roads is something. But when you look at, of course, what's happening, you have vehicles that are not being tested properly. And I hear that you can maybe get a little bly here and there if you know the right person. That should never be happening in anywhere. There's illegal modification of cars, headlights. Sometimes I see some cars, I wonder if police is behind me in Jamaica, only to realize it's someone just modifying that car. No, we have to understand that if we are to truly move forward in the Caribbean, we have to reduce our health costs associated with these accidents. Yes, it comes at a cost, of course, to the government and to families and to everyone who is involved. Your breadwinner goes down, everyone is losing that steady income they had. So many lives being lost. And guess what? It continues. You don't hear people saying, young man, slow down, and the young man slows down. No, because they're not hearing these words. It's like they're taking something that is pushing them to go faster. Remember, the laws of physics have not changed. And if there's an accident, the response time is very slow based on how we have our systems. Yes, because of traffic jam and of course individuals blocking these vehicles who are responders to the event. So we have to think carefully. But I want to say also there's an issue affecting the indiscipline in our society. And I want to say it's everywhere in our society. Now, imagine going to this peaceful place, and I'm taking you to this place. Look at it. I'm enjoying my walk. Taking in some video, that's a thunder rolling where I am, if you heard that, yes. And of course, taking that wonderful walk. And then you're sitting at a table and you're talking to a friend. When someone comes up to you and say, could you sit over there where that young lady is sitting? Remember, two of us, we're holding a table for family members. And of course, I am an older person. And of course, the person that is with me is also older than the young lady sitting over there. She's roughly maybe saying 26. So I asked the man, can't you ask her to sit over here since we have so many things here? He said, no, she's a female. We should go over there. So I said, hold a second, sir. Why are you behaving that way? He needs that desk. He needs that table. So, of course, my brother-in-law got up. And as I proceeded to get up, the table was lifted in front of me, sending my wonderful Pepsi down practically in the ground. It was caught by someone else before it hit the ground. And my bag with my camera equipment were also coming off the table towards the ground. I said to the man, be careful, you might need to pay for this if it breaks. He said, I can pay for everything. Unknown to this individual was that I recorded everything. I'm not going to show it here because that's not the aim. So afterwards, I spoke to him. I said, listen, the wonderful sight that I have here and experience before I interacted with you, I want to keep. But I want to remind you that when you treat people in that manner, because of course, again, someone must have paid money and wanted a table, although they came late. So they would have paid one of them because it's a free sort of beach where you go, who has the ability to sit early, sit and relax. But they thought it okay. They thought it okay for them to come to us, remove us because they were paid. And I know they were paid because everyone is about money in that space. Although this place is beautiful, Mahogany Beach. My recommendation is when you go, stay far from individuals who are hustling you. That's number one. And two, stand your ground as it relates to your seat. Because my understanding after talking to the person who practically was part of the group that was pushing me off said there should be no way I should be asked to be moved from this. I have the video. I'm not going to show it at this point. I told him about the situation. I told him he was also recorded at every step. He didn't believe me. I took off my glasses. I showed him. So, as I stated before, one, you make sure you hold your ground. And I would say if they want to do that, you record them again. You might feel free to upload it. We can combine videos. That's fine. I'll give you my footage. And number two, ensure that you go there in the weekdays. Do not go on the weekends when you have these hustlers out. Yes, back to the issue of indiscipline. So the same thing that happens there where they're displacing you because of a movement there tells you that there's something wrong in the society where they don't respect others. I went to the bank. I could have done it online, but I said, let me have the experience. You might think that is not good enough. I should have done it online. I was standing up in the line. This woman came in, she fell in behind me, and of course we were waiting. As I stood there, I saw a man in yellow. If you can see this picture, this is the man. And he was right there, standing, and he went over to the lady behind me, and he did not come into the line. However, when the woman advanced and the line was moving, he came to the woman and said, "Auntie, me right in front of you, you know." So I'm saying to myself, my God, what is happening here? You were never in the line, but you chose to seek out the weakest link and tell her that you're in front of her. You were never there. So I said to the woman, "Auntie, don't let him trick you." The auntie showing respect and what he said are two different things. You know what I'm saying is, the bottom line is, it tells me that something is happening in our society. I say to you at this point in time, indiscipline, the disregard for law in the community, a culture of short-term thinking about the consequences of our actions, corruption, the normalization of disorder as shown in that situation where I was displaced by that individual. The lack of civic pride contributes to, of course, what we are experiencing in Jamaica. So you know what? If you want to take back Jamaica, we have to have a discipline campaign. And if we want to have a Jamaica that is truly aligned, we have to go back to the traditional principles of respect for all, not just by saying, "Auntie, me in front of you." Rather, this grown man should have said, "You know, Auntie, I'm behind you." He was never in front of her, but he thought it was okay to say that. And I'm not going to challenge them, to be honest. I'm just watching. Because the next time I go to Jamaica, if I can avoid the line, I avoid the line. I'm not going to be in that sort of thing. So as an individual navigating these spaces, and this is not the first incident of these things that I'm seeing. I went down to Jamaica the other day and I was asked to give a talk. And when I went to the hotel, I have the footage too. My glasses do work wonders. Yes, my Ray-Ban. And I had my glasses on. And I went up to the hotel. Someone said to me, "Park here." And I took out my laptop, was doing a little work since he said park there. And when I was finished, because I wanted to finish something, I said to him, "So where's the check-in section?" He was amazed. He said, "Over there." I said, "Why did you have me parking at, of course, the delivery entrance?" So I went over the other section and the security guard said, "I don't know why he sent you over there, but this is where you checked in," because he was watching the situation. Maybe because I wasn't driving an SUV. Or maybe I did not look the color he wanted to. And this must stop. Americans come to Jamaica. They don't have vested interest as those returning. So it's time we start respecting not just white and brown, but everyone. Because you never know when those Google glasses, those smart glasses, those Ray-Ban glasses will come out. I have so much to talk about, but just enjoy the ride. Thanks, and that's all for now.
Too many lives lost on the street. We died for crying, we died for wait. Jamaica, it's time to change the road. Yeah. Sing gently with feeling. Speeding round the corner, blinding light. Patrol deep, can't sleep at night. Taxi man a race like a video game. But when the crash come, who take the blame? Who take the blame? Reckless moves, no seatbelt tight. Red light run like it's alright. Children walking but no sidewalk there. One wrong move, them gone away. It's time to change the road we trod. Too much pain, too much blood. Discipline is what we need. What we need. Respect the code. Slow down the speed. Slow it down. No more lives we waste away. We can't afford to live this way. From the road to society, we need back integrity. Clap our light drum beat. Infrastructure crack up, lights them dim. Enforcement weak like it and a whim. Some broke law and get way free. Corruption mash up accountability. All car a drive with no brake pad. Motorbike fly like a missile mad. Them say them a bad man pon the wheel, but real strength show when you take time to feel. Bump slow, hunting harmony. We for Rive Cafe. On this side, no crossing line, no place for I. Cankless ride with no helmet on. One slip gone, life gone. Society need to take a stand. Raise the youth with guiding hand. Indiscipline a spread like flame. From parliament to the land. It's time to change the road we trod. Too much pain, too much blood. Discipline is what we need. Yes, we need it now. Respect the code. Slow down the speed. Slow it down. Oh, Jah. It's time to change the road we trod. Too much pain, too much blood. Discipline is what we need.